Morning students, how are you all? I hope you all are doing fine. So today we will start with a very important and very interesting topic, sex determination. So before moving into the topic, I want to ask you where these chromosomes are present and what are these chromosomes. So as for now, we discussed that chromosomes are the hereditary materials. So where these chromosomes are present? All the organisms are made up of cells, we know it, right? So the cells will have three major parts, that is cell membrane, there will be nucleus and cytoplasm. The nucleus and the cytoplasm. So these are the three major parts of the cell, and inside the nucleus the chromosomes will be present. So chromosomes will not have this shape every time inside the cell. They will occur this shape, okay? So they will acquire this shape when they will be undergoing the cell division, especially the metaphase, okay? So these chromosomes will not be arranged like this. They will be spread all around the nucleus, okay, all over the nucleus. But for our convenience, we systematically arrange the nucleus and we study it. In the geneticist will study it, and this will help in the to study the chromosomes and even many of the chromosomal abnormalities, as well as for the sex determination. So as you can see, we have already studied that in human beings, if you take an example, we all are having 23 pair of chromosomes. So 23 pair of chromosomes, in that 22 pair of chromosomes are autosomes and one pair of chromosome is allosome or sex chromosome. So you can also say that there are 46 chromosomes, right? So you can say it as 46 also, or you can say it as 23 pair, okay? Pair means one pair will have two chromosomes. So all together you can say 46 chromosome, or you can say 23 pair of chromosomes. And here you can see this process, we call it as karyotyping, where to study the chromosomes we arrange the chromosomal pattern observed in an geneticist in the microscope, and we study them, okay? So this process we call it as karyotyping. And here you can see that each and every chromosome, as I said, the 22 pairs are called as autosomes, and one pair we call it as sex chromosome, okay? So what are the 22 pairs? That means one pair is having two chromosomes. So each pair, one will be from the father, carried from the father or inherited from the father, one will be inherited from the mother, okay? So all the chromosomal pair, each chromosomal pair will be the same way, okay? One will be inherited from father, other will be inherited from mother, same thing in each case, okay? So that means in one pair, in two chromosomes, one will be inherited from father, one will be inherited from mother. And these two pairs, these one pair, if you consider, they will be, hence they will be having two chromosomes. So total 46 chromosomes, okay? So that means total 23 pair we say, okay? So and each pair will have whatever the chromosomes, one is, as I said, one is inherited from father, one is inherited from mother, they will be exactly same. So that is why we call them as homologous chromosomes, because they are exactly same and they'll have the gene position and everything will be same. That is why we call them as pair of chromosomes or homologous chromosomes. And what are these sex chromosomes? The last pair, that is also same. One will be inherited from father and one will be inherited from mother, okay? So X and Y chromosome, okay? So Y will always be inherited from father only, and X will always be inherited from mother, okay? So if it is X and Y, so X and X if it is there, so one X will be inherited from father, one X will be inherited from mother. Okay, if it is X and Y, for sure Y will be inherited from father, X will be inherited from mother. Okay, so in the X and X, it is the chromosomal composition of females, and X and Y, it is the chromosomal composition of males. As you can see here, this is the X and Y chromosome. Okay, this is X chromosome and this is Y chromosome. So this indicates that this is the karyotype of the male. Okay, so the chromosomes which will help in determination of sex of an individual, whether that individual is male or female, we call these chromosomes as sex chromosomes or allosomes. The chromosomes, the other 22 pair of chromosomes, which will be same in case of male as well as females. Okay, so they will not determine the sex of an organism, they will be same in case of male and female. Okay, so this we call it as autosomes. So allosomes are nothing but sex chromosomes, autosomes are nothing but other than that of the sex chromosomes, which will be same in case of male and female, we call them as autosomes. The chromosomes that are involved in the sex determination are called as sex chromosomes or allosomes. They include X and Y chromosomes. So autosomes are the chromosomes other than that of the sex chromosomes, and number of autosomes is same in males and females. So this number 22 numbers will be same, 22 pair or 44 numbers. So it will be same in case of male as well as in case of female in normal condition, and only this sex chromosome will vary in case of male and female. Okay, so Henking in 1891 studied the spermatogenesis in some insects and observed that 50% of the sperm received a nuclear structure after spermatogenesis and 50% sperm did not receive it. Henking called this structure as X body. Now it is called as X chromosome. So what this Henking discovery we will study in the further slides. So sex determination, it is having three mechanism. One is XX and XO mechanism, first one, XX and XY mechanism, ZZ and ZW mechanism. That means in human beings we studied the example that if XX is present then it is females, XY it is present then it is males. Okay, so but it is not same in case of all the organisms. So different organisms will have different chromosomal composition, especially allosomes, for the sex determination. So based on that we have categorized three different mechanisms and we will study it one by one. So first one is XX and XO mechanism. In this, as you can see, the 22 pair, okay, 22 chromosomes, 22 plus, it will be same in case of male and as well as females. Okay, but what is differing is this XO and XX. In case of many insects such as grasshoppers, the males will have XO and females will have XX. So what do you mean by XO? The males will have only one X chromosome, and that is why 22 will be same, but sex chromosome is only one. So that is the reason the sperms, when the gametes will form, so gametogenesis, okay, during gametogenesis in the males is nothing but what? Formation of sperms, we have already studied. So since they are having only one X chromosome, 50% of the sperms will only get this X chromosome inside their nucleus. Okay, the other 50% will not get this X chromosome. Okay, so they will not get this X chromosome. Okay, so 50% will not get, that is why we denote it as O0 or O. So you can remember it as X0 or XO mechanism. So since they are having only one chromosomes, 50%, half of the sperms they will get X chromosome and half of the sperms will not get this X chromosome. Okay, so that is the reason we denote it as 0. Okay, so that is why we call it as XO mechanism, where the chromosome, X chromosome, is only one in case of males, but in case of females in grasshopper, the chromosomes, the sex chromosomes are X and X, as in case of females. Okay, so that is what the Henking observed. Okay, in the previous slide we saw no, the Henking, he was studying the spermatogenesis in some insects, and he observed 50% of the sperm received a nuclear structure after spermatogenesis, and 50% of the sperms did not receive. So whatever the sperms received the this structure, we call them as, he called it as X body, and we call them as X chromosome. Okay, so Henking, he was observing. Okay, so Henking, a known scientist, he was observing the spermatogenesis. Okay, ಅವ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಅವನೇನು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ಅಂದರೆ, ಸೊ ಮೇಲ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಒನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಅನದರ್ he is not, the males are not having anything, so we can call it as X0. Okay, so while formation of the spermatogenesis, that is the reason only 50% of the sperms will get this X, because only one X ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ 50% of sperms ಗ್ಯಾಮೆಟೋಜೆನೆಸಿಸ್ ಆಗುವಾಗ, ಗ್ಯಾಮೆಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಗುವಾಗ 50% ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಏನು ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾವ, ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್ ಇದೆ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ 50% ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಅವಕ್ಕೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ 0. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೈ ವಿ ಡಿನೋಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ 0. ಇದನ್ನೇ ಹೆಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು. ಸೊ ಆಸ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್, so since the males are having only one X, we can denote the other part, we can fill it as 0, and females are having XX. Okay, so that means male will produce only one X and one 0, and female will have X. So if this X and this X will fuse, then it will be again female progeny, but this X and the sperm without any X will fuse, then it will be a male progeny or male offsprings. So like this, the XX and XO mechanism works in case of the insect such as grasshopper. So here the male is heterogametic. Okay, so XO, that is one gamete with X and gametes without X. Okay, so gamete without X we denote it as X0. Okay, we denote it as 0, and female is homogametic. Homo means same, so both the all the gametes will be same, both the gametes are same, X and X. So all the gametes are with X chromosome. Example, many insects such as grasshopper. So next comes the XX and XY mechanism. So it is we can see this mechanism in the human beings, and this same mechanism is also seen in Drosophila, where the allosomes or the sex chromosome is XY in case of males and XX in case of females, and same in case of human beings also, XY in case of males, XX in case of females. So the male is heterogametic, so that means male is having two different gametes. So only difference is that in case of grasshopper there was no Y chromosome, so that is why we denote it as 0, but here there is Y chromosome in case of males, X and Y. In case of females it is X and X in both Drosophila and human beings. So the males are heterogametic because they have hetero meaning different gametes. Females are homogametic, both the gametes are same, having X only. Okay, so as you can see, the if the X all the X of the females will be X only, because both the chromosomes, allosomes are X only, and male will produce X or Y sperm. If this X and this X will fuse, obviously they will form the girl baby, and this X and this Y, if it fuses, then they will form the boy baby. Okay, so Y will always so here in case of males, Y chromosome will help in determination of the sex of an baby. Okay, so Y chromosome, how it comes? It comes through the sperms. So 50% of the sperms will get X chromosome and 50% of the sperms will get Y chromosome. So if X chromosome will fuse with the egg, so all the eggs will have X chromosome. All the eggs in female produce ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, so ಎಲ್ಲ eggs, that means the gametes will always 100% of the gamete will have X chromosome only, because both the allosomes in case of females is X only, right? So that is why the females will produce eggs with X chromosome. So X chromosome of egg and this sperm with X chromosome, if they fuse, then it will be XX girl baby. Okay, so if the Y chromosome, okay, if it fuses with the egg, so egg will always have X, so then they will form X and Y, they will form the boy baby. So this in detail we will study the sex determination in the human being. So this concept you should remember. Okay, so the sex determination in XX and XY mechanism is mainly by the Y chromosome, the sperm having the Y chromosome, because it decides the sex of an organism. Okay, so next, the ZZ and ZW mechanism, very different from other type of mechanism, because here the male is homogametic, so male is having ZZ. Okay, that means both the gametes are Z, that means both the gametes, all the gametes will be having the Z chromosome. And female is heterogametic because she will produce 50% of the egg with the Z chromosome, 50% of the eggs with the W chromosome. So here ZW we are denoting just to differentiate. Okay, so here you can see that there is a entirely different mechanism it is seen in case of the birds. Okay, so that is why letters we have taken different here. Okay, so the male is homogametic, that means all the sperms will be Z only, and female will be heterogametic, that means 50% of the egg will be Z, 50% of the egg will be W. If Z and Z, if they fuse, then they will form the males. Okay, if Z and W it will fuse, if it fuses then it will be females. Okay, so this is different mechanism. Example is birds, you have to remember. So here in XX and XO mechanism and XX and XY mechanism show male heterogamety, but here ZZ and ZW mechanism it shows the female heterogamete. Okay, so you have to remember it. Next, in detail we will study about sex determination in humans. Okay, so as I said, the human beings are having the 44 autosomes. Okay, so autosomes, they are same in case of males and females. Okay, so only the difference will be in the sex chromosome. XY will be in the males and XX chromosome will be in the females. So since the females are having the homogametes, so they are homogametes, that means all the gametes produced will be having the X chromosome, so we will say, and obviously the gametes, so these are the chromosomal composition in the mother. Okay, so this parents it is, so it will be mother and it will be father, right? So while formation of gametes, they have to undergo meiosis and they have to reduce the number. Okay, so meiosis means they will reduce the number. So gamete formation maduvaga, as I said while studying the gametogenesis, the especially so the females or the parents, okay, while formation of gametes, especially what they will do, they will undergo meiosis. Yakandre, as we know, 46 chromosomes the human beings ಒಳಗೆ ಇರ್ತಾವಂದ್ರೆ, so 23 should be from male father, 23 should be from mother. So ಎರಡು ಸೇರಿ next ಬೇಬಿಗೂ 46 ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್ಸೇ ಬರಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಓಕೆ, ಬಟ್ ರಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರು 23 ಕೊಡಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಫುಲ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ 46 ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್ಸ್ ಫಾದರಿಂದ 46 ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್ಸ್ ಮದರಿಂದ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತಿ, ಸೊ ಬೇಬಿ 46 ಬರೋಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಡಬಲ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ. ಸೊ ದೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್. ಸೇಮ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ಸಿಗೂ 46 ಬರ್ತಾವಂದ್ರೆ ಬೇಬಿಗೂ 46 ಬರ್ಬೇಕು. ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ರೀಸನ್ ದ father should give 23 and mother should give 23. Okay, since 46 ಒಳಗ 44 ಆಟೋಸೋಮ್ಸ್ ಮದರ್ ಒಳಗೂ ಸೇಮ್ ಇರ್ತಾವ and ಫಾದರ್ ಒಳಗೂ ಸೇಮ್ ಇರ್ತಾವ, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಬೋತ್ ದಿ ಮದರ್ and ಫಾದರ್ will have 44 autosomes. Okay, so 44A, it denotes 44 autosomes which are same in case of males and females, mother and daughter, mother and father. Okay, so only XX chromosome will be there in case of mother, XY chromosome will be there in case of father, in case of human beings and Drosophila. Okay, here especially in human beings 22, but these autosomes may vary in case of Drosophila and human beings. So here 44 autosomes they will give, and in 44 autosomes obviously it has to get half, it has to get reduced because to form the gametes. Then 22 autosomes they will give, both same, but where it will differ, it will differ in the allosomes. So 50% of the sperms will get X, 50% of the sperm will get Y. As you can see here, 50% of the sperms will get X, 50% of the sperms will get Y. But in case of females, since they are homogametic, all the eggs will be X only. So all the eggs produced by the females will be having X chromosome because they are homogametic. Okay, so females ಒಳಗ ಎರಡು X chromosomes ಸೇಮ್ ಇದಾವೆ, ಅದ್ರ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತಿ, ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ದ X they will produce, all the X will have X chromosome only. Okay, so if this X and this, if they fuse, obviously 44 autosomes and XX, obviously this will be a girl baby. Okay, so if it is 44A and XY, okay, if this Y chromosome having Y chromosome, if it fuses, then it will be a boy baby. So you can see here. So here to clarify your doubt regarding how the autosomes will also inherit, this is the way. So but here just to clarify, only X, Y and XX, only the allosomes we have denoted. Okay, only allosomes we have taken example, but actually this will happen. Okay, so all the autosomes will also get reduced to half, okay, in case of males and females by meiosis, and even the allosomes will distribute. Half of the sperm will get X and half of the sperms will get Y. 50% will get X, 50% will get Y, and obviously the autosomes will also reduce to 50-50. Okay, so here you can see just how only we have denoted, we have showed only the allosomes. Okay, so if you consider only XY, XX, okay, you can see if X from the father, X from the mother, if it fuses, you will get daughter. So Y from the father, X from the mother, obviously it will be son. X from the father, X from the mother, daughter. Okay, so then Y from the father and X from the mother. Okay, so then it will get son. Okay, so human has 23 pair of chromosomes, in which 22 pair of autosomes and 1 pair of sex chromosomes. A pair of X chromosomes, XX, is present in females and XY present in males. You have to remember. So during spermatogenesis, that is the reason the male produce two types of gametes, 50% of with X chromosome and 50% with Y chromosomes, and females produce only ovum with the X chromosome. So because females are homogametic, so all the gametes will have X chromosome. Okay, so these are the things that you have to remember. So there is an equal probability of fertilization of ovum with the sperm carrying either X or Y chromosome. So X chromosome iರೋ sperms ಒಳಗ 50% X chromosome ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, 50% Y chromosomes ಇರ್ತೈತಿ. ಸೊ ದ ಪ್ರೊಬ್ಯಾಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಈಸ್ 50-50. ಸೊ ಗರ್ಲ್ ಬೇಬಿ ಆಗೋದು, ಬಾಯ್ ಬೇಬಿ ಆಗೋದು, ಪ್ರೊಬ್ಯಾಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಈಸ್ 50%. So the sperm, it determines whether the offspring will be male or female. Okay, so X and Y ಒಳಗ X sperm ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೈತಿ. ಸೊ sperm X chromosome ಅನ್ನ ಕ್ಯಾರಿ ಮಾಡತ್ರ XX girl baby ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ. If the sperm is carrying Y chromosome and if it fuses with the egg, then it will be XY boy baby. So the sperm, it determines whether the offspring is male or female. Okay, so this you have to remember. And sex chromosome in honeybee. So here 3 different types of mechanism we learned, and we also learned the sex determination in human in detail. So here it is entirely different mechanism in honeybee. Okay, in honeybee it is based on the number of sets of chromosome an individual receives. So honeybee ಒಳಗೆ ಏನು ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಐತಂದ್ರೆ ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಸೆಟ್ ಇದೆ ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ sex of the individual is determined. So the fertilized egg develops as female, queen or the worker. Okay, and unfertilized egg develops as the male drone. It is called as parthenogenesis. So what happens is the females will have 32 chromosomes and males will have 16 chromosomes. Andre 16 is double 32, right? That means females are diploid. Okay, so here diploid andre double adav. Okay, females are diploid. So ಎಷ್ಟು ಸೆಟ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್ ಅದಾವಲ್ಲ ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಸೆಕ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅನ್ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಇಸ್ ಡಿಟರ್ಮೈನ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಹನಿ ಬೀಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್. ಸೊ 16 ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಮೇಲ್, 32 ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಫೀಮೇಲ್. ಸೊ ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ process that will happen. So here you will learn parthenogenesis, that will come in asexual reproduction. In the first chapter I have explained you, right? So here what happens is the queen and drone. So queen is obviously she will be female, drone will be male. Okay, so the queen, she is having 32 chromosomes. Okay, so 32 chromosomes. So meiosis, she will form the gametes with the meiosis, after meiosis. So meiosis, and she will produce gametes. So meiosis meaning the reductional cell division. So that means she is getting 16 gametes, and since 16 idre ಏನಂತ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ male, so males will have 16. So without fertilization the female is giving birth to the male offsprings. Okay, so fertilize ಆಗತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ female, ಏನ್ ಮಾಡತ್ತತಿ female, she is having 32 chromosomes. So just by the meiosis process she is producing the gametes. So gametes are having 16 chromosomes, so 16 it is developing as males. So that means female, without the help of the male or without the fertilization, so by herself she is producing the males. This process we call it as parthenogenesis. Okay, so the female egg, she produces egg, and if it fuses with the sperm, then they will produce worker and queen. So how? The males are having 16 chromosomes. Okay, so they will produce by mitosis. the number of chromosomes will not change. So they will produce 16 chromosomes only. Okay, so and then the females with 16 chromosome, they will fuse to form the 32 female progeny. Okay, so and female or worker, they will produce. Okay, so male 16 by mitosis, they will produce 16 gametes, and they will produce, so the male female 16 gametes here. So the female, this female, so meiosis, she is producing 16 gamete, no, the number of gametes, the number of chromosomes will be 16. So they will fuse to form the female or the female progeny as well as worker. Okay, so this you have to remember. So I'll repeat once again. The parthenogenesis is nothing but the queen, she is having 32 chromosomes, and so she will undergo meiosis and she will produce gametes. So meiosis andre cell, the number of chromosome will reduce to half. Okay, so 32 half produce ಮಾಡ್ತೈತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 16 produce ಮಾಡ್ತೈತೆ gamete, and these gametes will only develop as males. Okay, female is not taking the help of males, or she is not undergoing fertilization. Okay, so sperm jothe fuse ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ female gamete. Okay, only female gamete by itself, it is developing into male. Okay, this process we call it as parthenogenesis. So again, the female, she is obviously, as I said, she is producing 16 chromosomes. Okay, the gametes with 16 chromosomes. So male is producing the gametes with 16 chromosome by mitosis. If these two will fuse, when the fertilization will occur, then the female will be having the 32 chromosomes. Okay, so this is how, so this is that is why this the female progenies and worker will be by the process of fertilization, but males will be by the process of parthenogenesis. Okay, this you have to remember. So therefore the females are diploid 32 chromosomes and males are haploid 16 chromosomes. This is called as haplodiploid sex determination system. So you have to remember, haplodiploid sex determination system is nothing but where haploids which are having 16, they will be the males. If they are having 32 diploid chromosomes, then it will be female. So in case of honeybee, the number of sets of chromosomes will decide whether it is male or female. And in this system, male produces sperms by mitosis. Okay, males produces gametes by mitosis, where female produces eggs by meiosis. This you have to remember. So they do not have father and thus cannot have sons, but can have grandfather and grandsons. It is just that because males are not producing sons, as you can see, males are producing only females and workers. Okay, so only males are produced by the females by parthenogenesis. Okay, so without the help of the males, and the female is producing the male progenies. Okay, so sons, female is producing sons. So female fertilization madlarda egg just by the process of since she is having 32 chromosomes, by the process of meiosis, she is producing the gametes with 16 chromosomes. So without the fertilization, she is producing the sons. Okay, so that is why males are not having males cannot have sons. Okay, so they do not have father and thus cannot have sons, but can have grandfather and can have grandsons. Okay, so this you have to remember. So in this you just have to remember that it is called as haplodiploid sex determination, and you should remember the parthenogenesis process, and you should remember the males are producing the sperms by mitosis and females are producing the gametes by meiosis. Okay, so this you have to remember. So this completes this topic sex determination. So I hope you understood the topic. You just have to remember what are autosomes and what are allosomes. Allosome concept you have to remember, and then you have to remember Henking and his discovery. You have to remember these three different mechanisms, especially with example, so especially where it is different in case of birds. So here male is homozygotic or homogametic and female is heterogametic, you have to remember. Okay, and how the sex is determined in the human beings, you have to remember. So hope you